Floyd Henderson was one of them. We had several other people in the country, even among the Jews, the Zionists particularly, who were against anything that was to be done if they couldn't have the whole of Palestine and everything handed to them on a silver plate so they wouldn't have to do anything. It couldn't be done. We had to take it in small doses. You can't move 5 or 6 million people out of a country and fill it up with 5 or 6 million more and expect both sets of them to be pleased. We had all sorts of objections to everything that was done. Something had to be done. We went ahead and done it and had it done, and now it's working out. Eventually, I think we'll have them all satisfied, but it's going to take a great deal of time yet to get the job done.
Could you tell us that they were worried about war with the Arabs?
1549.
But don't think that decision to recognize Israel was an easy one. I had to make a compromise with the Arabs and divide Palestine. The Jews wanted to chase all the Arabs into the Tigris and Euphrates River, and the Arabs wanted to chase all the Jews into the Red Sea. And what I was trying to do was to find a homeland for the Jews and still be just with the Arabs. But when you go into a thing of that kind, the people you help most are the ones that get most angry with you. Both of them were against me on the situation, but as President of the United States, I paid no attention to them, carried out what I thought was right, and I had the support of the Congress, and I could do it, which is unusual in these days.
Could you tell us specifically that a lot of Jewish people were against you, too?
Oh, well, there were a lot of Jewish people against me because they wanted the whole of Palestine. As I say, they wanted to drive all the Arabs into the Tigris and Euphrates rivers.
Okay.
7:58, take one.
Now, cue for the next map. Put the rivers on immediately. All right.
I had some surveys made in this part of the world when I was President of the United States. This Dead Sea Valley is far below the Mediterranean Sea Valley, several hundred feet. My idea was to get a siphon from the Mediterranean Sea to the Dead Sea Valley, because after you got the water started through that siphon, we'd say 100 yards wide, the water itself would do its own pumping. You wouldn't have to pump it. It would run just exactly like a siphon, because this end of it would be far below the Mediterranean Sea. And of course, that's an inexhaustible source of water, but it's only fit for power. It's salt water. Then I had a survey made of the Tigris and the Euphrates valleys with the idea of finding out whether they were still a potential place for the settlement of people. When that survey was made, it was discovered that some of the old canals were still there that were there in the time of Nineveh and Babylon, and that if those rivers were again put to work as they were in the time of the great population of Babylon and Nineveh, they'd support at least 3 million or 4 million people, just as they did in the time of Nineveh and Babylon. And that in that way, you'd put all this country here to be into production instead of letting it go to pot. You could not very well economically get the Tigris and Euphrates Valley into Israel because there's a great hump here over which it wouldn't go. But you can take the Mediterranean Sea over that hump and let it fall into the Dead Sea, and it'll do its own pumping. That was what I had in mind. And that survey was made by the Tennessee Valley Authority, and the report of it's in my file yet.